Hi, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to go out and do some trail light photography. Now the key to trail light photography I'm discovering, if you look at one of my previous videos, this one up here, I went to Ramsgate. I didn't have an idea where I was going to go, where I was going to stand, what I would expect. I just turned up, took some pictures. They weren't bad actually, but because I'm going to say clueless, because I wasn't pre-prepared, I actually rambled on and the photos weren't specific. So what I want to do is get out there in the daylight and scout the location and actually see where I'm going to stand. So let's go there. So there's the scene. We've got the nice road. There's lots of traffic. I hope it's like that tonight. There's Sugarloaf Hill and just a windy road. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly take a shot or two, make sure my camera is in prime settings. What will I be doing tonight? That's the question. Will I do a landscape, which will be like that? Or will I do a portrait, which is quite nice actually? A couple of shots, just wrecking up Sugarloaf Hill. Let's go over to Round Hill, see what that looks like. Shot 2 could be a bit problematic. I don't want to go too far down below. I get a nice aspect. I've got the hill in the distance. I will take a recce, but I'm catching the breeze here. It's really shoot the breeze, shall I? I'll take a couple of shots. I'm thinking this will be a landscape. Sweeping road, hill in the background. If I get the right location, if I get the right time and the sun setting in the west, it might throw up some purples and oranges and things. Just depends when I actually come out. So let's have a look. Are you following me, camera? Let's take a shot. So that will be the shot for this location. Let's go down to the motorway and just size up the other two locations. My third shot is going to be the M20. Have I got the right angle here for you to see it? It should be a good shot. Certainly it's a lot less windier. There's noise of traffic, but I'm not going to shout. But I got the S-bend going round. I've got Eurostar on the right, and there's going to be lighting and everything, so this should be a good shot. Just size it up. I will talk about all the settings and everything when I do the photograph. Let's go across the road for the fourth shot. Traffic. Woo-hoo. Crossing the road. Yes, I run as well. Oh, look at this. This is excellent. I've got so much going on here. And in fact, because I've got the signpost on the right there, that would cut off the traffic. So I need to stand somewhere about here. We'll size it up when I get to the photography anyway, but I've got two roads, slip road coming off, slip road going on. Should get lots of light. Let's take a shot. So yeah, they're my four locations. I reckon the bridge is going to be the favourite. Perhaps the second one I visited, Round Hill, looking down, might not be so good because I couldn't get the right location, and actually it was a bit windy. So let's do one of those Scooby-Doo transitions to later on that day. Later that same day, it's not as cold as it was. So, okay, some prerequisites if you're taking long exposure trail lights or even in the cityscapes. Try and plan to get here as soon as possible, before the light goes down, depending on what the situation is. You might be walking into town and then you wait until it's dark, and that's fine. Whoops, knocked the thing over. So get there as soon as you can. Wear appropriate clothing. It's March and the sun's going to drop. 6 o'clock supposed to be today. and it's going to get chilly. And I've got 3 locations that I want to do, so that makes sense. Get yourself a tripod. You're going to do long exposure, so you're actually going to have the shutter open for a period of time, seconds, lots of seconds. The moment you nudge that, then it's going to give you a blurry effect. Okay, so no filter. I've got the UV filter on. I always leave that on anyway, just to protect my lens, because I know what I'm like. But I've taken the polarizer off, which is par for the course. If you have a lens hood, then you might want to consider using it, simply because you might get some star bursts from street lights. Now what I'm going to do is keep the vibration reduction off, because I don't want the camera to move at all. And this has a little motor in it, and when I press the shutter, it'll try, it does its business. I will adjust the focus with auto and manual, you know, to capture the zone, and then back to manual. For the camera settings, I'm going to go into manual priority. What I want to make sure is, a pretty flower from earlier. First of all, white balance. Usually have it on auto, but for trail lights, it suggests on Tinternet that we use incandescent. So I'm going to leave that on to incandescent, and we'll see how we fare with that. ISO auto sensitivity, I'm going to make sure is off. I don't want it creeping up and giving me ISO 800. I want it to stick at 100. And so when I take a shot, it will be ISO 100. And then really, it's just a case of what f-stop do I want, remembering that if I push it to the smallest I can get, f25, then I'll have nice star bursts. I'm going to try and work it around f22, and as it gets darker, I can push the time. What I'm hoping for is at least a 15 to 20 second exposure. See, it's too light. The light meters say it's too light, but of course it's going to get dark in a minute. And then finally, I want trigger release, because I really don't want to be moving the camera at all. So I can insert this here, like so. Get it the right way. Yeah, sorry, moving the video camera. But then I've got my trigger release. So if I go into bulb mode, this one's quite simple. I can press in and then toggle up. It lets me hold it open as long as I need to, and I can count my 30, 40, 50 seconds. Or I can actually just take the shot by just clicking it instead of using the camera. So that's it. Tripod, sensible clothing, camera set up with no filter. I've got vibration reduction turned off. I've got ISO set to 100, and I'm going to work around f22, maybe f25. I've got the auto white balance turned off. I'm using incandescent. I might change that to cloudy because it gives me the orange hues. We'll see how things go. And now it's just a case of sitting and waiting till the sun actually goes down and it gets dark. So I will be with you in a minute. So before it gets dark, I'll give you the live view of this scene from Round Hill. I've got the motorway sweeping round to the right, which is nice. So I'll have some trail lights coming in and out here. I've got a roundabout here, which is serving the industrial estate and the supermarket and the fast food. I won't mention any names, but I think you can see it. But as the lights start illuminating and the sky changes colour, hopefully in the blue hour, this will all be lit up. There's a football pitch there. Whoa, emergency services. And that might be nice if we get some blue lights coming down the motorway. Anyway, that's the scene for Round Hill. So as soon as it gets dark, I can't wait. This is going to be good. Okay, it's looking quite nice now. I've just taken one shot. It's still looking a bit bright. So having taken that one shot, I will take a dusk shot here, and then I'll nip over to Sugarloaf Hill. So what have I got? 25-second exposure at f/25, ISO 100, white balance is auto. It should give me some nice, it's really just a case of making sure I've got enough traffic running through the scene to give me the interesting lights. The road is sweeping around to the right. I've got street lights everywhere now. Wonderful. Ready for it? Oh, that looks really nice. And I'll zoom in. I've got starlights, nice scenes. That's the shot unless I can get one with more lights. So I'll display the shot that I've taken here and that while I go over to Sugarloaf Hill. Okay, I've got some flickery lights there, so I'm not going to dwell on this too long. You saw me here earlier. You know what the S-bend does. I can't give you a live view. This is the only footage I can give you, and it's pretty bleak. However, I've done the legwork now. I've been over on the other hill. I know that I can set my aperture to f/22, f/25. All the other settings are rolled in, ISO 100, and it's just a case of letting the exposure run for 20 seconds, 25 seconds. I could even put it on bulb mode. What I might do is get the torch and just shine it on the leaves and the trees around. Maybe I can illuminate a bit of light painting. Well, you know, not light painting with this, but trying to highlight some of the foreground, because to be quite honest, there's no street lights. I didn't plan on that. Okay, so I'm going to take the shots. You'll see them here. One portrait, one landscape, and then we're going down to the motorway bridge where it will be illuminated. Cool. Well, this is a little more civilized. I've got street lights, so I can I don't need the torch. This is my composition. Not that you can see much with the live view. I don't think I can enhance the brightness, to be quite honest, with the live view. So what am I doing here? I'm going for f/25. I'm going to give it a 25-second exposure. I am, as Gary Goff says in his video, that man on the motorway bridge with a camera looking out. I think I only need one shot, and it really is just waiting for the opportune moment when there's enough traffic to give me some interesting tail. I want to call them tail lights, but it's trail lights, isn't it? There's nothing coming at the moment. One or two cars. I'm poised with my trigger. I've got the finger on the trigger. Okay, I can see quite a bit of traffic coming this way, a couple of trucks, and nothing coming that way. Stand by your beds. Nothing coming that way. Isn't that the way? When you're out driving, the place is just filled with traffic and you're like, I want to get somewhere. And then you come out with your camera. I should take the camera out more often. Okay, car's coming, car's coming. Here we go, 25 seconds. Can I take a nice shot of a motorway? But it's getting to grips with night photography and trail photography. No filter, auto white balance or incandescent depending on the orange lights. f/22 to f/25. Shutter speed of 20 seconds, 25 seconds, 30 seconds, or even bulb if you want to make it a minute or 2 minutes. And ISO 100. Does it give me something good? Oh, look at that. Isn't that a bit special? Lots of lights, lots of stars. Right, the trick is to get to the other side for shot number 4. Let's do it. So what have I got here? Let's have a look. I've got both carriageways. I've got the slip road coming on, slip road coming off. I'm zooming out enough to give me enough interest in it. I'm still on manual focus, so I shall adjust that myself. Make sure, no, you know what? I'm going to do live view and I'm going to focus in, zoom in, lock the focus. Good old Henry Turner tip. Zoom in using your live view and lock the focus in and then zoom back out. I'm going to take one more shot and it will look like this. That's the last picture. That's the 4 that I wanted to do. I hope you found the video interesting, and I gave you as much information as I could on setting up your camera so that you can take trail lights or even nightscapes. So if you enjoyed the video, perhaps give it a thumbs up, maybe even subscribe for future content, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now.